as a property investor, you need to understand, especially when you're starting, that you need the agents more than they need you.
Is that there's two other deals on the table, and there's two other deals on the table.
Okay.
And I'd like to call the estate agents and see if we can also close them. Here's the thing, right? As a property investor, there was that there's a lot of challenges, bro. There's a lot of challenges from number one, which is the most biggest challenge, is finding that property, finding that deal, bro. It's taken us 3 months to find that deal. Like, there's people out there that are not understanding in terms of how difficult it is to find that deal. How would you actually describe what we've been going through, bro?
Finding a deal needs you to be able to work hard, and it also needs some sort of luck in it, right? Now, what do we mean by this? You can work really hard, bro. You can work to a point whereby you are not sleeping at all. However, at the end of the day, you don't get those deals. While on the same edge or in the same hand, someone could actually be going on the net today and actually get that property deal.
Okay.
So now, what we're basically saying is that, or what I'm basically saying is that, property investing or looking for a deal goes hand in hand with hard work and luck. Now, we have actually gotten this deal, right? And we saw that this is a good deal. However, the agent was dragging his feet. Now, we don't know why the agent was dragging his feet. He's saying that the reason he was dragging his feet was that there was just a whole lot of things going on his side. He had He had problems with his health.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about it is that it was easy for us to just give up and say that, let's leave him. So it was just one of those whereby Neo has always been saying that the money is in the follow-up. So as soon as one day goes by, on the next day, what we then do is that we would call him to ask him that, man, where's the deal, right? Is the deal being sold yet? And the deal wasn't sold. So it's only now that he's actually seeing that we are serious, that he's actually following up with us in terms of us getting that property deal. And now, not only is he following up, he's also giving us stock that he has right now of property deals that are on the market. Now, at the end of the day, something that you need to understand is that as a property investor, you need to understand, especially when you're starting, that you need the agents more than they need you.
Yeah.
That's a hard pill that we need to understand. You can have all of the money, but if the agent doesn't want to give you the deal, you won't get the deal.
So when we got in, the first question that we asked the guy is, do they have any problems when it comes to your roof? Guess what? The guy smiled. And that told us about so. The thing about roof leakage is that you have to look on the sides, right? So this will then inform you that definitely there is a big problem when it comes to the roof, especially with this one. So we need to make sure that we factor in our numbers before we put the offer to purchase it. Okay, so we've been going through this property, and as you can see that from that side, things are good. Wait until you come this side.
That's just how we roll.
We look at the this.
How we roll.
So the walls are damp. The walls are damp, meaning that the water is actually coming from the side. So now I'm also suspecting that the water is coming through from the roof, which is what damaged this whole ceiling. Oh, this might also mean that you need to do, but they'll handle it, right? Because every property can't be transferred without the COC.
Yeah.
So probably they'll handle the electrical work. So what we need to also understand is that how much is it going to cost to just fix this whole ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to remove all of the ceiling. I think we just need to find where the patches are and then do a whole renovation on the ceiling and not just remove the whole ceiling.
What about the carpet?
The carpet goes.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, but you can just smell what's going on here. But you know the motivation that I needed is here.
It's gone.
After seeing such,
God is good. I know that God is good.
got it!
Now, at this point, we are at that stage whereby we need to be working as hard as possible so that we can win the estate agent over to our side. Now, once we've got them to our side, that's when we need to show them how serious we are as property investors.
You know, I was looking at your texts, right? And I just want to clarify in terms of what has been happening at the back office, right?
Yeah.
So that we can put context to this deal. So with this agent in particular, we had called him on the 19th of March, right? The first conversation that we had with the agent was the 19th of March 2024, right? And then now only to close, so that even the guys that are watching on YouTube, it's the 12th of July, and so that you can see the context of where I'm taking this, right? Is that it's actually crazy when you're looking at the perseverance. It's actually crazy when you're looking at the follow-up and follow-through that you've been doing, because there's been so many properties on the market within that period, but you didn't go for them. Now the question is, what is it with this property? We're always saying that when we're going into property, we're buying affordability. When we're going into property, I'm asking myself, how is this property going to buy me my next property? Now, when we go into property, we know for sure that with this property, it's going to take me to where I want to go when it comes to generational wealth, when it comes to financial freedom. Because when we sat down, when we started this whole thing, we knew how much we need to get to when it comes to financial freedom. And every single property that's been purchased, it is taking us there. We're not regressing. So unfortunately, with a lot of first-time buyers, it's more of, I want to fill up my portfolio, not necessarily looking at the quality of the properties within that portfolio. So I must say that it hasn't been an easy journey with regards to taking this one. However, now I can say that it's going to be worth it. And what I want to do before the end of this, right, is that there's 2 other deals on the table. And there's 2 other deals on the table.
Okay.
And I'd like to call the estate agents and see if we can also close them before end of today.
Oh, no. This is really exciting, because now, and as a property investor, you need to understand that your main focus should be on getting deals. Now, if you aren't able to get deals, then that means that your work as a property investor is actually not going forward.
Yeah.
Now, what we are saying by this is that we find a lot of property investors trying to do a lot of things at the same time. But remember, if you're trying to do a lot of things at the same time, there are some missing points that you won't be looking at. Now, there was this thing when we were doing our due diligence, right, whereby the attorney that was appointed isn't a conveyancer. Now, if the attorney isn't a conveyancer, it means that legally they are not right, or they are not the people that should actually be lodging. Now, if they are the people that shouldn't be lodging, what we need to understand is that how do we then verify that these lawyers are not the ones to actually be dealing with? Because now, at the end of the day, if that lawyer or if that attorney is not a conveyancer, should anything happen and they are not registered with the legal counsel, it then becomes your problem. That how do you then recover that money?
Sure. So guys, as I did mention, right, there's 2 properties that we would like to understand what's going on there. One is in Pretoria, and this one in Pretoria, bro, it's selling for about 1.3 million.
You lie.
I promise you.
It's selling for 1.3 million, or we can sell it for 1.3 million.
No. Here's the property. It's unfinished. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's an unfinished structure.
Yes.
So it's going for 1.3 million, and then the other one is in the East Rand, whereby it's going for 150,000.
Okay.
Wait.
I was liking the one 150,000.
You like the one 150,000?
Yeah, because it's in a very, very, very bad situation.
Let me start with that one then. Let's
give a call.
Let's hear what the estate agent has to say. Still have a
Hello.
hello.
Sure.
Sharp man. Ke thotse number ya gago mo ntwe mo Facebook ne?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah man, it's that half built house ya ko for 150k.
Yeah. Kupala fa go founela. Ke bona le ma.
O bolela le Neo.
Oh, kupala founela fa itso ba nna.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Re tla communicate a bit.
I wanna stress sharp.
Sharp. Thank you.
Sharp.
Bro, you know, I'm trying to be greedy on this one, right?
Yeah.
That one goes through,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The one that we're busy with right now.
Okay.
That one goes through, we are in partnership, right?
Yeah.
That means that we'll still have affordability.
You will have affordability.
So now, if we still have affordability and we swallow this one again, but the banks won't agree to buying this one. This one is a cash.
No, the bank will not agree. But
Okay,
then
why would let's just explain this for everybody that's watching, right?
But-
why would a bank reject a property?
But you know what's the thing, right? The bank is going to send their valuer
Yeah.
to the property itself.
Okay.
And then something will be done whereby the valuer will go there to understand the risk in terms of the state of the property. Sometimes the bank can see a lot of value in it, whereby if they're looking at it from 150, it's that thing whereby they might take that risk. But then looking at the conditions that it's in, man, there's no electrical work. So of course, when it goes through the bank, you need a COC. You need that certificate of compliance. So looking at this property that's going for 150, there's no electricity, guys. There's nothing of plumbing. There's no windows, bro. There's no doors. So I doubt if there's even a roof.
There's no roof, bro.
There's no roof. So
Do
again,
you think that the bank will then agree to buying this property or helping you fund this property?
man, from my experience, I don't think the bank will fund us for this property.
So this would need a cash deal.
It need a cash deal.
Okay, so the reason why they would reject, I know a lot of people are sitting on the live, and sometimes you might get your bond rejected, or sometimes you might see that someone's bond got rejected. Remember, if your bond gets rejected, it's not only rejected that you do not afford the property. Sometimes it gets rejected because the property is not in a good shape. Now, if the property is not in a good shape, we need to understand that because it's not in a good shape, the bank sees it as a property that they won't benefit from. Because now I understand right now you might be saying that, no, but what if I will actually fix the property?
Yeah.
Remember, the bank doesn't fund people based on what could be. It funds the property it funds people based on what is there right now. So now, if the property is in a terrible condition, like this one, in terms of it doesn't have a roof, it doesn't have any electrical work, then what the bank is seeing is that if I was to fund this person buys the property, and then at the end of the day, this person doesn't put in electricity on the roof. Now, who's going to lose on that end? It's the bank that's going to actually lose.